we're just quoting an upgraded consumer unit, which is a fuse board, consumer unit, old fuse board. He says it's all right. Customers don't know what that means. Unfortunately, old fuse boards, as tradesmen know, electricians know, don't pick up a lot of faults. New fuse boards do. So he says it's all right. We put in some RCDs, some RCBOs, and hey, trip. Oh, my water won't turn on, my lighting won't turn on, my sockets won't turn on. Oh, woe is me. Yeah, that is why we carry out a test and inspection, specifically EICRs before you start. A little tip. If you want to be a bit cheeky and double check everything before you do it, get yourself an RCD in line, wire a couple of tails each side, and just put it in line of the fuse board. So then turn everything on, run round, run some power through some appliances, through some items, flick some switches on, and you'll know if your RCD trips or not, if you're going to have problems before you change the board. It's a handy little tip to do while you're testing the board. But if you do insulation resistances and make sure all the lights are turned on, you should be all good. Obvious problems are with sensors, because if it's not night, the sensor might not be coming on for outside lights. And what kind of lights are most likely to get water in? Outside lights. So there you can bypass them to test them, and it doesn't show you actually if the sensor's faulty or got water in it. That might trip out the RCD, but probably not. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, we don't always check every sensor. If it's second story of a building, you may leave it, but this is why we always fit RCBOs, for two reasons. One, it's just a better solution, especially with more and more advanced electronics releasing more and more earth leakage. This cheeky guy shouldn't have gone, but oh well. We'll let him off, give way to the right at roundabouts. Second, if you do have any tripping issues with RCBOs, it just trips the circuit concerned rather than tripping everything. Now, we used to fit Hager split load boards back in the day. We tend now just to fit RCBOs, fuse box RCBOs. We find them pretty good quality, actually surprisingly good quality for the price. And unlike Hager RCBOs at 26 quid each, they're half the price. So we kind of compromise our favourite brand for another brand that is actually fast becoming our favourite. But it gives the functionality of every circuit having its individual RCBO. So for a little increase in price, we can offer a lot more value, and that's what I'm concerned about, giving the customer more value. I'd love to fit Hager RCBOs everywhere. They are lovely. I love the little fly leads on them. But like I said, at £26, if you fit a 10-way board, you're looking at £260 just for the fuses for 10. We tend to fit bigger boards if possible, split things up as much as possible, so 15, 18, 20 ways, just once again gives more functionality, less impact from tripping, and it just becomes so cost ineffective with a make like a Hager or a Wilex or an MK back in the day. Whereas with a make like a fuse box, you can do all that and just give the customer so much more for their money without them also balking at the price. So it doesn't make any difference to us really. In fact, yeah, putting the fuse box board, if there are any tripping issues now or in future, just makes our life a lot easier, as well as especially the customers. RCBO.